Evening, everyone. I know it's a little late, but sometimes that's the way it goes. This is your closing comment. It's the last day of the month and the quarter, March 31st, and it's a few minutes after 8. Excuse me. This is video number 695. And I remind you, if you like the work, please remember to hit that subscribe button. Also, in tonight's daily note, which will come out a little later, there's a new interview that we did on Tuesday with Dennis Marlowe. I think he has some very interesting things to say about futures and futures trading. And if you have any interest in that, please feel free to email me or direct message me in the Discord room, the link for which is also on page 1 of the daily note. Dennis has been really good in the coffee and the gold markets and has consistently had solid results as it relates to the indexes, specifically being short the NASDAQ on declines and, in fact, catching the big move in the Russell over the last week or 10 days. Okay, so today we again had divergent markets. We had the NASDAQ up 1.5% or 201.48 with advanced declines 2.3 to 1. All of that makes sense. What doesn't make sense is that the Dow was down 85.41 or 0.25%, and the advanced declines there were 2 to 1 up. The one really surprising thing from my perspective being the last day of the quarter, and usually there being some window dressing in both directions and some rebalancing, volume was very light. In fact, it was under 4 billion. It's been running 4.6 to 5 with bigger days of 5.5 and 6 billion. Today it was only 3.6 billion, so that was a 30% decline from yesterday, and very surprising. The S&P made a new high again today, finished up 1434 or 0.36%. The Russell continued its rally up just under 25 or 1.13%. Excuse me, and the transports were down 95. We got short the oil, and that's the chart on the screen tonight. It was down $1.39, as I said last night and the night before. This looks like a bit of a bear flag. I would expect it to come to the downside. I was saying that we had to break yesterday's low, which was 59.94, and I was hopeful that we would break the day before's at 59.41. In point of fact, we actually broke $59 to 58.85, and we closed 59.16, and that was pretty much right on, right near the low. We're up 39 cents tonight, and that's not really much of a rally. I would hope to see us crack today's low, that 58.85, and head back towards this low, which is 58.32, and the second lowest close in this consolidation, which is 58.56. If we are to close down on the week, I think that we would be set up pretty well. Here's the weekly. If we can break that low, well, that's 57.25. But on a weekly basis, if we just close below 59.47, 59.26. So if we can close below 59.47 on the week, that'll be a new low close since the move up when we came out of this consolidation around $53. So that's why we're in the trade. The gold was up $30 today, all well and good, but it really is looking incredibly poorly relative to the other markets. And we are right above, as I've pointed out repeatedly in the last week or two, we're right above this 100-week moving average. The low close on this move down was 1698.50. Right now we're 1707.30, so we're a little above that. But if we get anywhere near this low at 1677, this one is 1673.30. If we get down there, we'll probably put another leg on down to 1600. Again, I don't know why the gold is so weak, but it is. In today's action, we had some really decent moves. We had Apple up 2.25 at 122.15, up 1.9% on an upgrade from UBS. We had Microsoft also up substantially for a big stock, 235.77, up 392 or 1.7. The news there was a $22 billion virtual reality headset over a 10-year period. This will allow the troops to actually view holograms that are set on top of what is in the real world, and supposedly that's supposed to be very helpful. Pfizer and BioNTech today were a little higher. I don't even want to mention Pfizer. It was up pennies. BioNTech, however, was up 4.6% at 109.19, up 479. And this is on the basis of the Pfizer vaccine being 100% effective with adolescents age 12 to 15. Walgreens, excuse me, on last night's double beat in earnings. This stock was up pretty much from the get-go this morning in the early trading. I believe it was trading around 54.25, 54.28. It managed a little more and closed 54.90, up $1.92. And we have a couple of big movers. Two of them on the upside, one of them on the downside. MVIS, which is Microvision, has licensed its Crypto Compare software to VANAC, which is a fund company primarily, and the stock, which was 2.25 in December, moved as high as 24 in February, was down in the $11 and change area yesterday. When this news hit, it popped up and closed today 18.55, up 6.24 or 51%. So this is just the first step, it seems. They have an entire suite of things that it looks like are really going to come into their own. COURSERA, an online educational company. This was an IPO today. It was priced at 33. It opened around 39. It traded as high as 46, and the last trade that I saw on it was 45.90, up 12.90 or 39%. The disaster du jour, though, today was RMO, which is Romeo Power. This was a SPAC, and back in October, they were talking about revenues of $140 million, and the stock had gone from basically from $10 to $38.90, and then in November and December came back down to about 20 and was 18 at year end. Well, their new numbers for revenues look like not 140 million, but 40 million, and that's on the high end. They're actually looking at a range of 18 to 40. So the stock, which closed at 842 pardon me, it actually traded down to $7 and change and closed the day 833, down $2.04, or just a shade under 20%. So we have a stock that was a reverse merger with a SPAC. It was pumped up mercilessly to $38.90, and now it's $8 and change. So they don't all work. You know, you have to be careful with them. We had a bunch of news today. ADP, new jobs, 517,000. Expected was 525. Chicago P&I went in the other direction, dramatically higher, 66.3 versus an expectation of 60. Pending home sales, big disappointment again, down 10.6%, expected down 2.6%, and mortgage applications were down 2.2% on top of last week's 2.4%. They were expected to be up 2.5%, so a big disappointment there. All right, everyone, I'll be back first thing in the morning. Sorry for the lateness, and don't forget to listen to that interview. The link will be on page 1 of tonight's Daily Note.